because it pulls people away from your vested interests. So if you don't want people to meddle with your political matters and agenda, keep them distracted. When we are feeling distracted, the things we intended to do are left undone, or sometimes they are becoming more challenging to focus on. But I am not here to talk about productivity sa daily lives natin sa work, sa school, or in our house chores. That is something that I can discuss soon. But I wanted to shed light on something that's prevalent nowadays, the politics of distraction. Yes, distracting the public could be a political activity, especially if the leaders who are doing it have vested interest to keep people from actually focusing on the bigger issue. The etymology of distraction is traction or trahere, a Latin word which means to pull or drag. Well, many people think, including me before, that the opposite of distraction is focus. But the more accurate one, which is surprisingly commonsensical, is traction. Traction is anything or event that pulls you towards what you intentionally do or achieve, while the opposite, distraction, is anything that pulls you away from what your intended plan is. So basically, traction pulls you towards what you intended to do, while distraction pulls you away from your targets. And now, putting it in the context of politics, there is a study by Vox EU CEPR that presidents have the tendency to issue executive orders which are controversial, and these actions were coincidentally timed with an ongoing event that distracts the media and the public. One good example is on August 2017, while the US was being ravaged by a strong hurricane, President Trump pardoned a sheriff accused of racial profiling, and at the same time, he also issued a policy ban against transgenders in the military. And there are more examples of other governments doing the same scheme that are cited on that very study. By doing this policy of distraction, a politician can strategically minimize the negative backlash that a controversial policy or action would have generated when the public became preoccupied with something else. Now, putting it in the context of Philippine politics, is this something our President Rodrigo Duterte is capable of doing or have already been utilizing? When we say policy of distraction, the word policy suggests that distractions or misdirections are systematically and strategically used. There is an observable pattern. So if I were Duterte, how would I distract the public with an issue to cover up something sinister that is happening behind? I can think of 4 levels of creating a distraction. Level number 1, create a distraction that is completely artificial. Something I can make from scratch, something I can do with a snap of a finger, and this one thing can easily hide my political schemes happening at the back. Level number 2, identify an unrelated and big natural event that will keep everybody preoccupied. That is a perfect opportunity to pursue your political interests in the sidelines, just like what Trump did during the Hurricane Harvey. Try to think of something big where everybody is gravitating to. Level number 3, use an organic event or something that has happened in the past and tweak something about it, make it controversial that could trigger the people. And then go on with your political project that you wanted to pursue because no one's going to mind them anyway. People are busy being triggered. Level number 4 now. This is the most creative one. If you see an issue that can be resolved in a proper way and does not require national attention, make a big fuss about it. Add something here and there, make a bigger issue than what it's supposed to be. Palalain mo, make it crazier. Now you know the 4 levels of creating the perfect distraction. Now the following ones are essential elements that can make your distraction more effective. 1, take note of the themes and language. Why not go and touch sensitive topics like religion, sex, LGBTQIA, the marginalized? Because people in the sectors will always be in a defensive mode and are going to get all riled up. So why not use a crass and arrogant tone? That would be more triggering. Strategy number 2, why not use self-deprecating humor or something totally weird or crazy? So what if people are laughing at you? People don't know while they are laughing, they're also being distracted. Yay for distraction! Strategy number 3, information overload. Insert unrelated information everywhere. Take a fact and twist and turn it, say a lie over and over again, exaggerate, give OA promises, add many layers of stories, because the one critical information that you're trying to hide, if you bury it under many crappy information, your secret will surface. Proof that it's effective, you didn't notice that I put cute ako on this side because you were so busy looking at the words I'm putting on the screen. Strategy number 4. Now, this is the fun part. Tag along your friends. Have a friend say something stupid. Have another person rebut or contradict that friend of yours. Spark a debate. That dynamic exchange of pointless communication isn't pointless after all, because while the audience is being so furious or entertained, you sneak at the back and run away. And while at it, while the ongoing debate is happening, why not utilize your army of trolls to help in making the conversation more messy and convoluted? So, why a policy of distraction is effective? Because it pulls people away from your vested interests. So, if you don't want people to meddle with your political matters and agenda, keep them distracted. When people are preoccupied battling, engaging, debating, ridiculing the distraction issues that you are launching, you have less eyes and hands to deal with. But you know what? If I were Duterte, I would make a playbook of distractions. A book compiling all the possible issues I can make use of once the public digs something bad about what I did, what I am doing, or what I plan to do. If I messed up with something, turn to page 230, chapter 1, execute. If I didn't keep the promise I made years ago, turn to page 9 dash line number 2, execute. If I plan to distract people in the upcoming 2022 election from all the failures in my administration, I would ready multiple issues that I can throw to the media once these things comes up at the right time. Execute. If I were Duterte, that's what I would do. Who cares if it's morally wrong? As long as it's effective, as long as you can pursue your political interest, go ahead. But if I were Duterte, I have to be wary of the people who are becoming aware of this strategy. They have this tendency to disengage on the misdirection and just focus on unraveling the real issues they're trying to hide. Challenge with this is people are becoming more difficult to be distracted once they're aware of what you're actually doing. So you really have to be creative in making your distractions seemingly organic, because the worst case scenario is once these people are aware of your distraction, they're going to inform other people as well that this is a policy of distraction and they don't want to be subject to such distraction. Be wary of that. So, if I were Duterte, I would keep an eye to the people who are informed, observant, and united, because that's my biggest enemy. So anyway, I hope you like this video I made. Social issues and thought and communication processes are two of the 4 pillars I discuss on my channel. As what you can see on the videos and the content I put out, it discusses all of these things. I try to connect them with one another, sharing the different principles, sharing the different contexts, and making sure that I can cohesively discuss them on all of my platforms. If you like what you see, please click subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know when I post something. I try to post 1 or 2 content per week, whether it's written, spoken, or visualized content. Do check out my Instagram art billboard and also my Medium blog as well. So if you have more tips for Duterte, do share. Bye!